Before this video begins, I need to state I don't own any of the footage shown on screen. The footage seen belongs to two YouTubers, Apex Gaming and Can't-Per-Me. I hope I've said the last one correctly. These guys were really generous, and if it had not been for them, this video would not exist, as I have no way to record 3DS footage. Links to their channels are in the description below, and when their content is shown, their name shall be displayed alongside it. I highly recommend you check them out if you like Monster Hunter, or just want to find a new channel. Once again, thank you for being so generous. Monster Hunter is perhaps one of my favourite games of all time. I've played them all the way from Monster Hunter Freedom. Since then I've played every single one, getting better at each one, and maybe put in way more hours than I ever should have. So let's talk about this game in 500 words or less. This intro or the outro do not count towards the final word count. Stay tuned till the end of the video where I will show you some bloopers, because looking at the screen and talking over a mic is very difficult. Monster Hunter is a game based on hunting monsters. Who would have guessed? The goal is to kill a monster, take materials from its body, and become stronger by using these materials to forge stronger armor and weapons. Previously, monsters offered a very small chance of dropping their rarest item, usually a gem, but here they seem to be common. I think this makes getting rare items a little less rewarding. There are 4 styles. The Guild style, which is the combat style from all previous Monster Hunter games, basic but efficient, and the best in my opinion. The Striker style, which removes a few attacks but increases the rate your Hunter arts increase. We'll get to them soon. The Aerial style, which is the style that focuses on attacking in the air, and the Evasive Adept style. These styles do offer different ways to play the game, although I'd have loved to see other new weapons rather than hunting styles. There isn't many new monsters or areas added to this game. There are about 6 or 7 new monsters, as well as a new group of monsters called Hyper and Deviants, which are essentially stronger versions, and these fights are actually really cool. It's a shame none of the other flagship monsters in this game didn't get a Deviant. Sure, the Glavenus is the main monster of this game, but I really would have loved to see an Talos, as this is now my new favourite monster. Just listen to his battle theme. The game is really easy in comparison to other Monster Hunter games. It wasn't until one of the final quests that I actually died, and that was only because I was very weak versus what I was fighting, and hit by its strongest attack. I missed the difficulty, and whilst hyper monsters can be tough, they don't reach the difficulty previous Monster Hunter games reach. Difficulty for me is important. The absence of difficulty leads to the lack of accomplishment in my opinion. I really don't like the Hunter arts, which are strong moves you can perform. I feel as if a lot of work went into them, where it could have been used better elsewhere. It's not all bad, it's still an amazing game. Please understand all this comes from a person who has played 10 years of the game series. For a veteran, it's not the best game, but it's probably one of the largest in terms of quests. I only wish there were far more monsters, and more returning monsters from previous games. For a newcomer, this game is probably the best to enter at. Oh, and I recommend playing as the Prowler. That little guy is pretty cool. So that's my review. If you played Monster Hunter, do you agree with my review? If you haven't played Monster Hunter, will you try it now? Also, here's a chance for you to get involved in videos with me. If you want to see a video on something in 500 words or less, let me know. I will get around to making it eventually. It needs to be on something based around games. It doesn't have to be a review. One of my upcoming videos, for example, is why pre-order bonuses are bad. So maybe you could recommend something like that. Now, I won't get around to all of them within a day. It's going to take me some time. I usually try to do the best ones, which I consider the easiest ones to do first, or the ones that would probably get the most attention at this moment in time. That doesn't mean that one is better than the other. This just means that, for example, a newer game would be a lot more relevant and easier for me to do than an older game, which I'll probably do a little down the line when I haven't got anything on my schedule. Once again, a massive thank you to Apex Gaming and Canterbury for their generosity. I can't thank you guys enough for letting me use your footage in order to show a game that I otherwise wouldn't be able to review. You guys are amazing. And now, on to the bloopers, everybody's favourite part it seems. Monster Hunter is perhaps one of my favourite games of all time. I've played them all the way from Monster Hunter Freedom. Since then I've played every single one, getting better at each one and maybe putting a few... there's the first blooper. One of them, a well-rounded and in my opinion fuck! Okay, let's try that again. The game has weapon styles, but I am not a fan of them. There are 4 styles. The Guild style, which is the combat style from all previous Monster Hunter games. Basic but efficient, and in my opinion, that's... how would I read that backwards? There isn't many new monsters. It's a shame none of the other flagship monsters in this game didn't get a deviant. Sure, the Glavenus is the main monster of this game, but I'd have really loved... It's a shame none of the other flagship monsters in this game didn't get a deviant. I'm sure the Glavenus is the main monster of this game. Also, here's a chance for you to get involved in videos with me. If you want to see a video on something in 500 words or less, there. Before this video begins, I need to state I don't own any of the footage on screen. The footage Before this video begins, I need to state that I don't own any of the footage on screen. The footage scene belongs to 2 YouTubers, Apex Gaming and Canterbury. I hope I said the last one correctly. These guys are really generous, as if it had not been for these people, I would not be able to make this video. Thank you for letting me use it. The links to their channels are in the description below, and I recommend that you check out